This video contains explicit content. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, this is your last chance. This is going to get really fucking offensive.
What's going on? Glad to see you. I'm here to tell you some stories.
On Square, the people have a voice too.
I think it's awful. I don't think we need them in town.
Don't ask me what I don't know if that was her holding me back. I don't know if that was, I don't know what that was. But all I know is I couldn't open that door. And if I would have opened that door, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. Because I'm telling you, that guy was legitimately wanted it, he would have shot me dead. This girl here had just died, right? And now I don't know what I believe or not, but I'm sitting in a car with one of her friends, and I'm in a really bad neighborhood. I'm in Washington Heights, but it's kind of like more Harlem. We're on 28th and like Amsterdam Avenue, which is a pretty bad neighborhood. And it's like 2 in the morning, all right? And I had just done a drug deal, actually. So it was before I was arrested. It was just before I was arrested. And I was with this chick, and we were friends. She lived over, she was staying with a friend over that way. And I'm talking about my girlfriend in the car. We're sitting there, and it's cold out, and I see this guy come walking towards my car, and he had a big jacket on, and he was holding it was a Nay-High soda, because you could see half of it, with a paper bag on the bottom, which probably meant booze. Let me tell you something. I see this shit like you won't believe. He had earphones on, and he actually looked like Tito Ortiz. Tito Ortiz, the UFC guy. He wasn't tall like him, but he was short. But he had that Caesar blonde haircut that guys used to have for a while there. All right, now we're talking. This is like 2000. All right, so now I'm sitting there, and me and one of her best friends are sitting. We're talking about Julissa, right? So we're sitting there and we're talking, and this guy looking at, like, as he's walking by, he's looking at the car, and we're looking at him, and he passes the car, right? Now 2 minutes later, I'm talking to her, and the car's parked, so I'm sitting. I turn sideways. And I'm talking to her like this. You're in the driver's seat of a car, in a truck, in a Yukon. I'm sitting like this, and she's sitting there. The next thing I know, she sees my face like this, because I see this face looking in the window like this. There's a face looking in the window, her window. She turns, she goes like this. And when she turns, she screams, and it startles. It's the guy, right? So he gets startled. And he walks into my mirror that's sticking out, because Yukons, like trucks, have mirrors that stick out. Walks into the mirror, falls towards the front of the car, rolls over the front of the car, and hits the ground, gets up, and bangs my car, my truck. Now, you gotta know, back then, I was a little bit of a fucking lunatic, you know what I mean? I was juicing the shit out of myself, so I was like, you motherfucker. I wanted to fight the guy. I was crazy. So I reached down to grab the door handle to get out of the car. And I couldn't reach it. And I felt what felt like an arm holding me like this. Right? It's a true story. And here's the door handle. Look. And I'm trying to get it. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm wrestling. Like this, right? And I'm like, son of a bitch. I can't reach the fucking handle. And something's got me like this. Look, motherfucker, and I want to kill this guy, motherfucker. I hit the window like this with this fist. I turn, I look, and he's looking at me, right? And he goes to me, "Get out of the car!" He pulls out a gun, right? And he just starts walking like this towards me with the gun. "Get out of the car! I know you want to get out of the car. Come on, get out of the car, tough guy." He goes, "I'll tell you what. Before you open that door, I'll fucking blow your fucking brains out. What? Let's see how tough you are." And this fucking thing was a cannon. It was a fucking cannon. And let me tell you something, I could see it in his fucking eyes. He wanted to kill me. The minute I would have opened that door, he would have shot me in the fucking head because he walked right up to where I was in that window, and I was frozen. Frozen solid. When he saw I wasn't going to do it, he finally said, you're smart. You're smart. I would have killed you. Took his gun, put it in his pants, took a sip of his soda, turned like this, took about 10 steps, then turned back around and looked at me and went like that. And he had gold teeth. I'll never forget that. And I was like, holy shit. And I look over at the girl next to me, and her name was Nicole, and she's looking at me, and she goes to me, who was holding your hand? And I said, what do you mean? She goes, it looked like somebody was holding your hand, Greg. You saw that? Like, I didn't see anybody holding my hand. Okay. But for some reason, if you said, touch this cross, and I said, okay, here. I can't touch the cross. It was like that. The door handle's right here. I said, look, I could open it right now. Look. Right there. The door handle's right here. But I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I'm not saying it was her voice. It was like maybe my own voice. It was just something was saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Because I was a hothead back then. I would have fought anybody. I don't care if it was Mike Tyson. I would have got out of the car. Would have got my ass kicked. But I was nuts back then. Don't ask me what I don't know if that was her holding me back. I don't know if that was, I don't know what that was. But all I know is I couldn't open that door. And if I would have opened that door, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. Because I'm telling you, that guy was legitimately wanted it. He would have shot me dead. I saw it in his fucking eyes. She saw it. I saw it in his eyes.